In shape, 145.
Yeah.
In shape. You know what I mean? So this is different from a Crawford coming up to 168, but we know his walk around weight is probably 170, 180.
Gervonta Tank Davis' only shortcoming, pun intended, is his height. He's 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. But as you can see here, he's working on his versatility.
Terence Crawford reportedly stopped by to see Gervonta Davis before his upcoming clash with Jake Paul, giving him key advice and sharing valuable training insights. The two champions reportedly discussed strategy and exchanged techniques, showing genuine respect for one another. Crawford also voiced his full confidence in Davis, praising his dedication and skill. He even said that if Davis ever wanted to fight him someday, he'd be open to it, not as rivals, but out of mutual respect for the sport.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Gervonta Davis appears to be drawing inspiration from Terence Crawford, known as one of boxing's most skilled technicians. Crawford's preparation for Canelo Alvarez turned heads with his stance changes, control, and unpredictable timing. Now, Tank seems to be taking a similar route. His recent training videos show him testing new movements, switching angles, and changing stances mid-combination, something unusual for him. Observers think he's not only learning from Crawford but also looking at Jaron Boots Ennis, who's mastered fighting from both sides. This shift suggests Tank plans to shock everyone when he meets Jake Paul.
Right. This is scary. Gervonta Tank Davis is working on his versatility. We already know he has that ultimate equalizer, that special God-gifted one-punch knockout power. But he also can box. Gervonta Tank Davis, he's very durable, has a chin, never seen him visibly hurt. Gervonta Tank Davis also has great footwork and foot placement. And here you see Gervonta Tank Davis' only shortcoming, pun intended, is his height. He's 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. But as you can see here, he's working on his versatility. He's now working on fighting orthodox. He's naturally a southpaw. Now he's working on fighting orthodox. Great switch hitters, no diddy, in the sport of boxing.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult shared that the fight between Tank and Jake needs to stay exciting. He noted that many expect it to look like a light sparring match, where both avoid going too hard to save face. But if that happens, he warned, it could ruin both of their reputations. Fans would lose interest and stop paying to see them. With both fighters having massive fan bases expecting action, the fight has to deliver energy and real drama, because if it turns dull, the hype will vanish instantly.
Career ending. It could be career ending. Jake Paul can end his whole shit. That's the black. Tank can end Jake Paul's whole shit. And if that fight is meh, and it's just a sparring session that's tit for tat, their shit's over. Because people gonna be pissed that it's exactly what they expected it to be. They can't do that. If they do, their career's ruined. Jake Paul's career's ruined, and Tank. If they make it meh and just touch, both of their brands suck. That's the black two sugars. You mess around in that bell ring, and you see little Tank, and you see big Jake, and he's throwing a jab, and little Tank making a miss, and bam! And y'all gonna be like, whoa! Say I'm lying. Y'all, you know what? Yes, say I'm lying. Please say I'm lying. But y'all gonna be right there, cheering, because you ain't never seen nothing that damn bizarre. Even De La Hoya versus Shaq, had headgear and Shaq ain't a boxer. That right there, fireworks. Because you're going to be holding your breath, especially Tank fans. I'm going to be like, don't hit Tank. You're going to see Tank little ass legs. He's going to, and big ass Jake, big legs and big ass head. Watch. Y'all talk all that shit now because y'all love talking shit. Y'all love hating on things until you see it. Like women back in the 90s. I remember my sisters back in the 90s. You ain't that cute. You ain't, but all on your shit. That's what y'all do. Y'all talk shit, but y'all the first ones there.
Keith Thurman made a strong point about Gervonta Davis and his critics. He said the same people who constantly bash Tank are also the ones who never miss his fights. They claim he's overrated, yet they watch every match he's in. Thurman believes this behavior proves that even his haters help boost his fame. Their negative attention only keeps Tank's name in the spotlight. Every time they try to discredit him, they actually make him even more relevant in the boxing world.
If you're really not happy with Tank, first off, don't watch Tank. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You support it, then what you doing? You can't not support and support at the same time, right? So if you're a boxing purist, then this fight with Roach is really more for you. It's going to be more up your alley, you know? If you just like all entertainment, all fights, all hypes, all everything, then you're going to want to tune in to the Tank and Paul's show there, you know, because that's all for entertainment. What is it? For entertainment purposes only, right? It's just say like somewhere in the small print of the promotion. For entertainment, don't do this at home, kids. You know, fine.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. For entertainment purposes only, you know. So, it's money-making purposes only. You know, it is what it is, people.
When Claressa Shields said that the only fight that made sense for Tank was against Shakur Stevenson, he didn't take it lightly. Tank responded firmly, saying no one has the right to decide his career moves. His message was simple: fans should stay fans, not act like managers. The reaction came from a deeper place. After his draw with Lamont Roach, many fans turned on him online, calling him overrated. That clearly got under his skin, and now his focus on fighting for himself, not to meet anyone else's expectations.
And it says that, you know, pretty much the only people that can beat him is Shakur Stevenson, and I don't know who else he said. He said she thought that at a point in time that Devin Haney could beat him, but now she doesn't believe that. But so really the only fight that there is for Gervonta Davis is Shakur. What a mighty, mighty convenient argument. And Gervonta Davis responded, and basically his response was, "Come on, girl, stop talking about me so much because you're making me feel like I'm special." Right? So he pretty much just, you know, kind of blows it off. But I really think that there's something much deeper going on here, and it is that this, and I said it again, I said it in another video, I'll say it in this one, the Bud Buddies. The Bud Buddies are a crew of boxers that all hang around and worship Terence Bud Crawford. And the main two members of it, besides the people that are actually in Terence Crawford's camp, as fighters are Shakur Stevenson and Claressa Shields, without a doubt. Claressa Shields is a huge backer of Terence and a huge backer of Shakur Stevenson. At the end of the day, the only thing she really cares about is what's in the best interest of Shakur Stevenson. And anything and everything she say is angled that way to get Gervonta Davis to do something that Shakur Stevenson wants him to do, which is really do all the hard work and then be there for Shakur Stevenson to become a star at the end of it. I'm telling you, man, I believe that to the bottom of my soul, that is the same plan that Terence Crawford ran on Errol Spence Jr.
The upcoming bout between Tank and Jake Paul doesn't follow the usual pattern of professional boxing. Many experts say fights like this aren't pure competition. They sit between real sport and entertainment. What makes it strange is that both fighters are still in their primes. Exhibition matches typically happen when boxers are past their peak, like Mayweather's recent events. But in this case, both are active and capable, which makes it more confusing. It blurs the line between a legitimate fight and a viral show.
Fights like this, with fighters pretty much in their prime. But other than the size mismatch, most people are wondering why has Tank taken this fight, and those were the first questions targeted to Tank in this presser, because usually these sorts of bouts are relegated to the latter part of your career. And for most Gervonta Davis supporters, they thought they would get the big fights next, the SHOCKS. They didn't think he would be fighting Jake Paul. Although Tank tried to push it off as fans should just be happy watching the sport and hey, haters will be haters, I think that's quite unfair to the people who have been loyal supporters of him and honestly have paid his bills. He tried to compare the level of criticism he gets to the likes of Mayweather, but the difference is with his mentor Floyd, he really did fight a lot of champs in their prime. Has Tank? Well, not really. The most notable fight he's recently had that the people actually wanted was the Ryan Garcia fight, and the only reason he took that fight was because everything was on his terms. And other than the Ryan fight over the last couple years, it's either been people who aren't in his weight division, which he's pulling up, or fighters ranked in the lower half of the top 10 lightweight list. The fights people have truly wanted to see just have never materialized, and simply that's why people criticize him. If the likes of Crawford never fought Spence or Usyk never fought Fury or Joshua, they would have caught the same level of flack. The reason why fighters like them are applauded is because generally they take on whatever challenge is in front of them. Tank instead, his whole career has bobbed and weaved around the most significant challenges that the people actually want to see unless he has everything his way.
Another major concern surrounding this fight is the large weight gap. Jake Paul is close to cruiserweight size, while Tank Davis normally competes between lightweight and super lightweight, roughly a 60 to 70 pound difference. Boxing created weight classes to prevent exactly this kind of imbalance. They exist to protect fighters from unfair matchups and serious injuries. If fights like this become common, it questions the entire purpose of divisions. Even as an exhibition, the risk remains. The physical gap could make it unsafe or one-sided.
Assuming there's no rehydration clause, which I don't believe there is, he'll probably weigh around 215 pounds in the ring. That means there's a sort of a 60 to 70 pound difference between the two men in the ring on fight night, which is absolutely enormous. There are weight classes for a reason in boxing, and this is the sort of thing that is typically not allowed or permitted. And like I said in my intro, it goes to the heart of that key question in boxing, which is how big is too big? It's the reason that the pound for pound list exists, where we kind of imagine if everybody was the same size, who's the best, who's number one? And it's a debate that rages on and on and on. And so when I see a fight like this, I think the hardcore boxing fans, generally speaking, have felt frustrated by it. Yes, because we want Gervonta Davis as part of the actual sport, competing for world titles against the other elite guys in his weight class. But also because if he gets knocked out and loses to Jake Paul, it creates this illusion that Jake Paul's much better than he actually is. And so I guess the question for me is, can Gervonta Davis beat Jake Paul, or will Jake Paul simply be too massive? Can Jake Paul use his size, or will Gervonta Davis simply be too skilled? What's the answer here? And in trying to answer this, I looked to history. And there's one fight that immediately popped out of my mind, and I thought, I wonder what the size difference was there. In fact, it may even be more significant. And it was, and the small guy won. Some of you might be thinking about it right now. It's when David Haye took on the monster, the absolutely ginormous human being, Nikolai Valuev. I think it took place around 2009. So at the time, I was literally a teenager. I didn't have a clue what I was looking at, and I'd fully bought into this David versus Goliath story. But I think it's an excellent example here to draw comparisons between the Gervonta Davis-Jake Paul fight to try and understand whether or not this is a good template and blueprint to try and predict and understand what the size difference might look like in the ring. Now, David Haye was 6'3" and was 217 pounds for the Valuev fight, whereas Valuev was 7 foot tall and weighed 316 pounds.
The result of Jake Paul versus Tank Davis is about more than just power or skill. It's about where boxing is heading. If Jake wins, it could lead to more influencer versus pro fights and shift attention away from championship bouts to social media-driven events. Fans might start thinking traditional boxing is dull and crave drama instead. But if Tank wins decisively, it could remind everyone that real skill still matters more than fame. Despite the criticism, most fans are curious to see it play out. Many find standard fights slow compared to Jake's chaotic style. His matches are unpredictable, wild, and full of surprises. Adding Tank makes things even more thrilling. Fans who stopped watching boxing might tune in again, not for the winner, but for the spectacle. This matchup represents what modern audiences crave: chaos, surprise, and controversy.
Purists hate it, the algorithm loves it, and both will watch. It's not just who wins, it's what wins. will the entertainment value or the ring IQ come out on top? Because if Tank dominates, the meme dies. Jake Paul survives or hits it big, we see new rules are gonna be written in real time. Me, you, maybe everyone at some point has been that bigger guy thinking that I'll just bully him. Jab, slip, liver shot, sent me down real nicely. Size helped until it didn't. All I'm saying is let's not dismiss something because it looks weird. Many fights get decided by the details. Feet before fists, timing before muscle, discipline before clout. Look, Tank wins if he stays Tank. He's built on patience, traps, explosive counters. That's hell for a tall guy who gets eager. Jake's long jab is the gate, but Tank's head movement is the key. Once he times it, the door's getting open and the furniture is going to get rearranged. Think locksmith versus padlock. Big padlock looks scary until the right tool clicks once. Jake throws that overhand like he's bowling with the shoulder. Effective, but you don't see it.
Promoter Eddie Hearn offered one of the most direct opinions on this fight. He said that boxing and entertainment are two separate things, and when they're mixed, the sport loses its soul. According to him, Tank versus Jake isn't real competition. It's a money-making event built for attention, not legacy. Hearn called it a dangerous mix, warning that once fans accept these types of fights, the sport's credibility will start to fade. His view carries weight because he's seen firsthand how quickly spectacle can overshadow real championship boxing.
I said that there was a chance that Jake would fight in November. I think, wasn't I the one that broke Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis 6 months ago or something? I know that I knew that they'd agree that deal. I didn't know they were about to announce it then, but I did know that they'd agreed that deal previously. So I don't like it, if I'm honest. I mean, I think we need to really differentiate between boxing and an entertainment concept, and that's what that is. It's a freak show, it's entertainment, it's a lightweight fighting a cruiserweight, you know, with, I don't know, is it bigger gloves and certain minutes per round? I don't know what it is, but, you know, I understand the market and I understand this freak show, shock kind of the world mentality of people potentially tuning in. Is that a step too far? Maybe. I mean, I hated Jake Paul against Mike Tyson, but it did massive numbers. I hate Jake Paul against Gervonta Davis. It'll probably do massive numbers. So that's when you really have to differentiate yourself between, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it isn't going to do good business.
Former champion Sean Porter gave a more personal take on Jake Paul's rise. He said most boxers accept Jake's offers for the money, not respect. The paydays are huge, and few can turn them down. But Porter believes Jake hasn't truly earned respect in the boxing world. People admire his business smarts, not his fighting ability. Jake's team knows how to sell a show, but real recognition comes from beating top fighters, something money can't buy. This fight highlights how boxing has become more business than sport. For Jake, it's a chance to prove he belongs among real boxers. For Tank, it's about seeing how far his brand can go beyond boxing itself. Both are marketing giants, but while Jake relies on spectacle, Tank relies on skill.
I like when it's all said and done and when you guys go off, they go into the next man. Yeah. So if y'all can make a big payday, go get that payday. The sport of boxing don't love you. And that's the problem with this sport. It's like, what Jake Paul did, man, it's crazy, but people getting paid off of it.
Yeah.
So if he can call any one of y'all out and y'all can get that payday, I say go get it, baby. I'm not mad at it.
For me, and I'm not mad at this move at all for Tank Davis, but I think when it comes to boxing fans, there's an essence that comes with this sport, and it's an essence that hasn't been lost, unlike other sports. For an example, with football, we come from the hitting days.
Yeah.
Can't hit nowadays. You know what I mean? So boxing hasn't lost its essence. You know, they're trying to make it safer and all those sorts of things, but there's still this pureness to boxing that really doesn't exist in sports anymore. But it's still there with boxing. I think that's why people have such a problem with this kind of move from Tank Davis.
Is it more the heart? How do you guys feel being boxers?
Man, like once you hear the numbers, I'm like, they're talking, like I don't know the official one, they're talking about like 100 mil.
Oh, damn.
They're talking about these insane numbers. Like I'm gonna be like, don't take that. I'm not gonna tell another man not to take that type of check, especially for something like that. It's not on your official record. It's an exhibition. I'm not gonna lie here and act like I'm not gonna say yes to 100 million or something like that.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates coming soon.